On a crisp Christmas Eve, in a quaint little town nestled in a snow-covered valley, Amelia stood in her front yard sculpting a snowman. She had always loved this time of year, the way the world seemed to quiet beneath a blanket of snow, the way the twinkling lights reflected in frosty windows, and the sense of magic that lingered in the air. Christmas had always been her favorite season, not just for its beauty, but because it reminded her of her father, who had passed away when she was only 10. The lights, the festivities, and the joy of the season carried the warmth of his memory, making her feel close to him even years later. As she carefully carved the snowman's button nose, she became aware of someone watching her. Across the street, a young man with bright, inquisitive eyes and a faintly otherworldly presence stood amidst the falling snow. He wore a long coat that seemed oddly out of place, yet timeless. Amelia offered him a smile and a wave, expecting him to move on. Instead, he crossed the street toward her. "Hello," he said, his voice soft and melodic, with an accent she couldn't place. "You have a talent for creating things." She chuckled, brushing snow off her gloves. "It's just a snowman. Nothing special." He tilted his head, studying the snowman as though it were a masterpiece. "I think it's beautiful." His name, he told her, was Alaric. He was a traveler, passing through. What he didn't tell her was that he was not from this world. Alaric's ship had crashed on Earth 2,000 years ago, and though he had mastered the art of blending in, he had never truly seemed to really fit in. Through the centuries, he had seen the best and worst of people. Despite his ageless appearance, a quirk of his alien biology that kept him looking like a man of 24, his heart carried the weight of countless lifetimes. As he spent time with Amelia, something about her reminded him of Josephine, an English girl he had fallen for 200 years ago. Josephine had been quiet and introspective, her kindness shining like a beacon in a dark world. Amelia, though, was her own unique light, a modern version of Josephine, but more extroverted, vibrant, and full of life. Before Alaric could truly understand what drew him to Amelia, he decided to ask her out. Their first outing was simple yet magical, a walk through the town's Christmas market. They strolled past stalls brimming with handcrafted ornaments and warm spiced drinks, laughing as they shared stories and admired the festive decorations. Amelia's laughter was infectious, her presence radiant. Alaric found himself captivated by her energy and warmth, but he knew he needed time to understand her fully before allowing himself to fall in love. Over the following days, as snow blanketed the town and Christmas drew near, Alaric and Amelia continued to see each other. They walked through the frosted woods, shared hot cocoa at the local cafe, and talked for hours about everything and nothing. Alaric found himself opening up in ways he never had before, sharing stories of distant stars and ancient civilizations, carefully omitting the details that might reveal his true nature. Amelia, too, felt a connection unlike any she had ever known. Alaric seemed to see the world in a way that was fresh and wondrous, as though he carried a secret joy within him. Yet, there was also a sorrow in his eyes, a hint of loneliness she longed to soothe. One evening, as they stood beneath the starry sky, Alaric took her hand. "There's something I need to tell you," he said, his voice tinged with both hope and fear. "I'm not like other people." He explained everything: the crash, his true nature, the centuries he had spent among humanity. He expected her to pull away, to be afraid or disbelieving. Instead, Amelia placed a hand on his cheek and smiled. "It doesn't matter where you come from, Alaric. What matters is who you are. And I think you're extraordinary." Their love grew deeper with each passing day. Alaric marveled at the way Amelia embraced him fully, without hesitation. For the first time in centuries, he felt truly at home. A year later, on another snowy Christmas Eve, Amelia gave birth to their daughter, Lyra. She had Alaric's bright, curious eyes and Amelia's warm smile. Though she appeared entirely human, Lyra was something new and wondrous, a bridge between two worlds. As they held their newborn daughter beneath the twinkling lights of their Christmas tree, Alaric and Amelia knew they had created something beautiful, not just a family, but a future filled with endless possibilities. In the years to come, Lyra would grow up hearing stories of stars and snow, love and acceptance. And every Christmas, as the family built snowmen in their yard, they were reminded of the magical night when a lonely traveler from the stars found his way into a human heart, and together they created a love that transcended worlds.